What was Jesus' plan for growing his kingdom? Well, let's go into verse 13 now and look at, Jesus went up to the hills and he called to him those he wanted, and they came to him. Let me read that again, because this is the heart of this passage right here. Jesus went up into the hills and he called to him those he wanted, and they came to him. He appointed 12, designating them apostles, that they might be with him and that he might send them out to preach and to have authority and to drive out demons. These are the 12 he appointed. Then we got the list of the 12 first apostles. What's the best way, Jesus? To grow your kingdom. What was the plan that you had? And that was to touch these 12 people, to pour himself into these 12 people who would in turn go out and change the world. See, Jesus had a plan. And he was working that plan. And it involved 12 regular people. How many times do you go into the scriptures and you look at these guys, Matthew, Mark, and all the others, the original apostles? I put Mark in there, but he's not actually one of the apostles. But anyhow, you know what I'm talking about? Don't we sometimes put them up on a pedestal and they're just like these super saints? And hey, these were regular, everyday guys like us. They were not money people. They were not influential people. They were not power brokers. They were fishermen. One was a tax collector. And just regular old Joes like the rest of us. All right? They were just regular people, common people, ordinary people who had been with Jesus. The book of Acts says that these people, they could tell that they had been with Jesus. That's the most important qualification. It didn't have to do with their abilities. It had to do with their availability. They were available. Did you notice what it says? Jesus called to those he chose. He called to him those he wanted. And I love the second part. And they came to him. They didn't come because he was offering some kind of prize. They didn't come because he was given some kind of special gift. They came because he called them. That's why he came. Matter of fact, we can see in the Gospels, what does he promise a follower? A cross. Take up my cross daily. Follow me. He promises a cross. He promises us persecutions. He promises a hard life. In this life, he says, you will have troubles, but take heart. I have overcome the world. And so this is what we need to be calling people, using the plan of Jesus Christ. These guys, what made them the kind of people Jesus would call? They were teachable. They were teachable. Oh, that's so important, to be just teachable. They were diverse people. They were loyal people. They were committed people. See, there's a big difference between the crowds and disciples. And I like to put it this way. It's like the difference between the choosy and the chosen. Between the choosy and the chosen. Crowds are choosy. They're choosy, you know. Do you come for the show or do you come to grow? Again, today there's a major emphasis on what I didn't come up with the term, but the term is called the attraction model of church. And so you've got to put on this wonderful show of talent every single week, and you've got to be constantly ratcheting it up a little bit, because otherwise people get a little bored with the show. Can you believe that? Well, yeah, I believe we all can. You know, and so there are those who come for the show, whatever it might be. Whatever the show might be. It might be the worship music. It might be some polished speaker who just really captures people, you know. Obviously, you're not coming for that reason. You know, it might be some special program. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen people come and visit church I've been a part of for the last 20 plus years of full-time ministry. And they don't literally do this, but I almost see them doing it like this. They come by and they've got a little sheet of paper. And they're checking you off. Almost like they were going down to a restaurant and they're looking at the menu. Let's see, you got good worship music. I like the music. Very exciting, very contemporary. Let's see, what else have you got? I see a lot of young people, and you don't have to dress up. Well, that's I like too, you know. And you've got this little menu to see what it is that I like and I'm going to get and what kind of show I'm going to get. And if you don't supply enough on the menu, then they go down to another place and they pull the menu out again and see what these guys have got for me too. See where that is? It's all directed towards me, 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 me. Now, I got to tell you, there's some people who have come and visited and they've had a different kind of check sheet. Really, not a check sheet at all. It's basically a question. Can you use me to serve in your church, in this fellowship? Because if you can't put me to work, then I need to go somewhere where you can put me to work. I've had a handful of people do that when they come in. And I'd like to name some names, so if I do that, then I'll get in trouble. But I know people who say, I want to serve. Because see, that's how people need to be called, as servants. People of the basin and the towel. People who don't need public recognition. People who don't have to be up front. People who don't have to have a show, but they've come to grow. And why are these large churches so popular? Well, golly, they really do put on some nice shows. They put on a nice program. But here's another thing about a large church is you can come and go and really be anonymous. And with anonymity, though, comes no responsibility, no accountability. I can come and go, get what I want, and then leave. Whatever it is I may want to get. But that's not what disciples want. They want to be held accountable. They want to be held responsible. I need you to work with me. The Bible talks about iron sharpening iron and how one man strengthens another, and I need you to hold me accountable, that I'm walking in the ways of Jesus Christ, and you need me to hold you accountable. And we don't want to just blend in and then kind of come and go. The difference between the choosing and choosing. Am I coming and what am I getting? To be served. Or am I coming to serve? Didn't Jesus say that? He wants all of you to be great. Do you believe that? One person said, yeah. Okay, let me tell you, I'll convince you. I want to convince you. Jesus wants you to be great. But how do we define greatness? In this world, we define greatness by how many people serve us. By how much money we got. By how much stuff we got. By how much power and influence we've got. By how popular we are. But that's not how Jesus measures success. He measures success by how are you serving. And not serving in such a way as so you can go and brag and say, I am the best servant there is. Oh, am I great. No, but out of humble sacrifice, we serve those who need us. One preacher said a long time ago, and I've never forgotten, he said, truly the primary mission of the church is the only organization that he knows of where its primary mission is for those who are not a part of it. Did you guys, Sammy, did I say that good? Did I say it well? That this organization, its primary responsibility and its mission and its focus is on those not a part of that group. Do we operate that way as a church? I don't always see things clearly. I'm one person, I've got my biases, but I know the truth. And the truth is, if we're going to be the body of Christ in this area, we can't just focus on us. Our primary focus needs to be on those who are not going to heaven. On those who have not accepted Jesus as Lord and Savior. Jesus used the crowd for one thing and one thing only, to communicate the gospel. And once he communicated that gospel, he moved on. Remember in Mark chapter 2, and he had that great successful healing service, and people were coming, and boy, yeah, we got a good thing going here, Jesus. We've got a great ministry. He says, I need to leave. You need to leave? Yeah, they've already heard the gospel. I need to go over to these folks who haven't heard the gospel.